They say the storm always lose to the sun. Well, I got to believe that. Because if I never had a stormy day, I wouldn't know God could take all my pain away. July 5th. I'll never forget that day. The day my precious Faith passed away. 11 months into this world, a beautiful baby girl gone. And I couldn't believe what I was hearing on the other end of the phone. Mama, my baby gone, she not breathing, and me not believing. I say, tilt her head back, breathe in her mouth. Mama, my baby gone, she not breathing, and me still not believing. I say, tilt her head back, breathe in her mouth. They say the storm always loses to the sun. Well, I got to believe that. Because if I never had a stormy day, I wouldn't know God could take all my pain away. You see, that was the day I had to explain to my 7-year-old grandson, how can a baby die? And like a bird who refused to fly, he just couldn't understand why. And the truth is, y'all, neither could I. 1 week later, I drive down to the beach. I lay flat on my back, and I cry. And I ask God, why? And because it had been so long that I had spoken with him, I didn't know where to begin. So I started with, Lord, forgive me for my sins. You said that your word cannot come back to you void. So I'm standing on your word today, Father. You said if I delight myself in you, you'll give me the desires of my heart, and now my heart is torn apart, and I'm trusting in you to give me a brand new start so that my daughter can breathe life again. God, you still breathing, so I'm still believing. Tilt her head back, breathe in her mouth, God. You still breathing, so I'm still believing. Tilt her head back, breathe in her mouth. 1 hour later, I walked through the door, and my daughter said to me, Mama, I'm pregnant. See, y'all don't understand. We thought she was done. The doctor said the chances were slim to none. The first baby was a gift. That's why we named her Faith. But she passed away. But we still had faith. 9 months later, my daughter gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. And her kisses are sweeter than honey. And for you, God, woo, we're going to call her Sunny. Because a storm always loses to the sun. I wrote that 16 years ago. My granddaughter is 16. So, I have to tell you this story this way. Okay, so I was brought up by my grandmother. My grandmother raised me because my mom died when I was 9. And my grandmother was soft, strong. Like, she was a disciplinarian. So I grew up, when you got fussed at, you just looked at the wall, the floor. And you better not did it. I can't believe you did it. Until she said, look at me. And then I go up there. And then she'll go back, and I'll go right back down to the floor. I ain't say nothing. Right? I mean, I know things is different. Definitely really, really different for me anyway, because I honored my grandmother, so I never wanted to disrespect her. It wasn't tolerated anyway. You know, we couldn't even say lie. These kids say lie. My grandkids be lie. I'll be like, did you hear it? And mama's like, it's a word. You know, but as a grandparent, you know, you ain't really got all, you know, you just kind of like, okay. Right? I mean, we couldn't even say dang because it sounds too much like. Right? But today, it's different, y'all. Right? So I'm doing, sometime in December, I'm doing what I love to do, which is decorate for Christmas. I love Christmas. When you come to my house, you know it's Christmas. From the time you get to the door, Christmas is everywhere. So I done got hired to decorate a Christmas tree. So I'm decorating this Christmas tree. It's all in the church. You know, I'm having a good time. And then my phone rang. And I look at it, and it's my granddaughter, Sonny. Her name is also Charity, but, nickname Sonny. I'm like, oh, okay. I answer, hey, baby. Granny! Granny, come get me! You please come get me. I don't want to be here no more. Granny, please. I'm thinking she in the alley. Granny, please come get me. I don't want to be here no more, please. I don't want to be here no more. Then the next thing I heard was, I'm like, hello? Hello? She ain't going nowhere. She thinks she grown, mama. She ain't grown. She 15 years old. She ain't going nowhere. She out here popping off at the mouth. She slamming doors. She ain't going nowhere. I said, okay. Sometimes I get scared of my daughter, too. I be like, oh. Okay. So I went back to decorate my trees. Get in the car to get ready to go home. My phone ring. It's my husband. Him over there. He say, babe, you talk to Precious? That's my daughter's name. You talk to Precious? I say, yeah. Yeah. He's like, well, I'm on my way to get Charity. I said, huh? I'm on my way to get Charity. I said, I thought she said she couldn't go. She was like, well, he's like, I'm on my way to go get her. I said, all right, because the last I heard is she said that she couldn't go. She always thinks she can call us. Anytime, I tell her to do something, she want to run and call you and Pops. That's the last I heard. He was like, well, I'm on my way to go get her. I said, okay. So I get to the house. I come in. He's sitting on the couch. I go, where Charity? He like, she in the office, in his office. I was like, oh, okay. That's where she usually goes when she comes to spend the night. So I go in there. I open up the door. She laying on the floor. Oh, let me back up. Now, my daughter gave strict instruction that she was not allowed to have her cell phone. Right? She cannot have it. So I go over there. I look, she on the floor. Mind you, there's a whole futon. She could be sleeping on. She's on the floor in the fetal position, cradling the cell phone. Okay, I step out. I close the door. I said, babe, she ain't supposed to have that cell phone. Well, what you want me to do, Jazz? I ain't meddling. I ain't got a dog in a fight. I'm done with it. So I go to sleep. We wake up the next morning. I'm up doing my morning thing. I got my coffee. I'm reading or whatever. And here she comes, walking out the room. Granny, can I have something to eat? I said, yeah, you don't have to ask. Just go get you something to eat, girl. She said, okay. She goes get her something to eat. About a couple of hours later, she come back. Granny, can you take me over my other grandmother's house? That's exactly how she's saying it, too. I'm like, what the hell wrong with her? And she was like, can you just take, I was like, sure. I said, but can we talk about what happened yesterday? And she said, my mama don't like me. I said, what? My mama don't like me. She took my phone from me, and then she sat on me, and then she put my head on the ground. My mama don't like me. I was like, calm down, calm down. She don't. I do everything, Granny. I do everything. My mama don't like me. I just don't want to be there. And she wouldn't let me take my son. And she don't even pay the cell phone. The Baba paid the cell phone bill, and she took my phone. I was like, calm down, Charity. She's like, can you just take me over my grandmama's house? I said, yeah. Get her in the car. We driving. Get to her grandmother's house. She said, Granny, you don't understand. My mama don't like me. I said, Charity, why you think your mama don't like me? Because she didn't even buy that cell phone. Baba bought the cell phone, and she took my cell phone from me, and then she held me down. You don't do that to somebody that you love. Now, what she ain't telling me is that when the mom took the cell phone, she tried to grab the cell phone back. So now they tussling. And she bit her mama. She bitter. She ain't tell us that though, did she? No. I found that out later. But anyway, so I'm listening to it. I already know. I know my daughter, because at the church, right after I got off the phone, I was just like, God, please don't make her kill her. Don't let her kill my grandbaby. God, please, because I know my daughter, right? So anyway, she's like, she don't, Granny, she don't like me. She was like, watch this. She grabbed her cell phone, put it on speaker. Mama, didn't you say I couldn't take my stuff, Mama? Mama, didn't you say I couldn't come back to your Mama? Didn't you say that? My daughter said, just as calm as a cucumber, who the fuck do you think you talking to? I just turned like this, like, because I ain't never, my kids don't cuss in front of me, right? They grown, but they still know they don't. So that shocked me, scared me a little bit. I was like, so anyway, she say, Charity's like, see there, Granny, I told you. I just paused for about 5 minutes. I ain't say nothing. I didn't say nothing because I know with, let me just say it like this. I am in 2 schools a day, middle school and high school. And almost always, we'll start off the conversation one way, but it always end up talking about them and they mamas. My mama get on my nerve. My mama took my cell phone. It always come back to your mom. But I also know, being a mother, and my daughters letting me know, like, Mama, you need to have my back. You know, being a grandparent, you be trying to be, you the grandparent. But my daughter was like, and I'm the mama. Like, for real. She be like, you, come on, Mama, come on now. So anyway, I knew I had to have both of their backs, right? I couldn't just have Charity back. I had to have both of them. So I said, Charity, do you remember when your mama first got that apartment? She said, yeah. I said, I'd never forget. She called me. She was so excited. She was like, oh, my God, Mama, it's beautiful. It got 3 bedrooms, so my son and my daughter can have their own room, Mama. She going to have her own room. She was so happy. She's like, Mama, I can't really afford it, but I'm just going to do some Amazon flexing. I'm just going to pick up some Uber driving. I'm going to pay for this apartment because I want my baby to have her own room. I said, do you remember that? Yeah. I said, do that sound like somebody that don't like you? I said, she paid for your auntie, who's the same age as Sherry. That's another story for another day. But for her to have a cell phone so she can call you, do that sound like somebody that don't like you? She said, okay, Granny, wait, I'm going to go back over your house, but I'm going to go say hi to my grandmama real quick. She get out the car, she go say hi to grandmama. While she in the car saying hi to her grandmama, I call her mama. I said, Precious. I said, Charity is really emotional right now. She don't really know how to express that to you. I said, what she really wanted to know and needed to know is that she's safe to come home. Because that's home. You know, she want to know if she could come home. I said, what if she would have said, Mama, can I come home? What you would have said? She said, I would have said, of course. I said, exactly. She said, I hear you, Mama. Charity comes back in the car. I take Charity. We getting halfway to my house, and she goes, can you take me home? I said, yeah, I can take you home. Precious called me the next day. She said, Mama, I apologize to Charity for holding her down. I apologize to her, and but she gonna have to apologize to me too. I said, that's fair. I get it. I'm sharing that story with y'all because 7 out of 10 girls in high school, now like middle school, it's a little different. The numbers is not quite as high, but out of high school, 7 out of 10 girls, when we ask, do you have a great relationship with your mother? Don't have a great relationship with their mother? Raise their hand. 7 out of 10 do not have a great relationship with their mother. Then we ask, do you want to have a great relationship with your mom? Every hand goes up. I am writing the book, and it's called I Think My Daughter Hates Me. And it's inspired by a woman who came to my workshop and said, I think my daughter hates me. 9 times out of 10, I'm sure she's not alone. And I know from the 25 years of working with young girls, this book is necessary. We're only missing communications. Y'all follow me on Facebook. Oh, and by the way, I have taken an understudy role for A Raisin in the Sun for Milwaukee Chambers. I will be playing my Lena Younger, the mother. May 19th, y'all come check me out. Love y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Yes, give it up, give it up.